So today I'm going to make some green bean and mushroom soup. I have my green beans here, all washed, and so I'm going to trim them and line them up. If you go like that, then you get all the ends on the end, and just go like that, and then drop them down again, and all the little tails end up pretty lined up, and then you've got the tails off. I'm going to chop them a little bit fine, about I guess an inch or half an inch, just because I'm going to make this a green bean and mushroom soup. So I don't really want big long green beans in it, because that won't be in proportion with the mushrooms. So a little bit of a bean piece there. Okay, and I've got my pan on high with just a little bit of water in it, so that they'll start cooking right away and start getting soft, because you want your beans to be much softer when you start, because the mushrooms don't take very long to cook. Actually, they do kind of take a long time too, but anyways, it'll all work out. So again, just kind of pile your beans like this so that all the ends are even, and then chop off your ends. Oh, I missed a little end, so just pinch that off, and then turn them over. Oh no, turn them this way. There you go. And then you just have all the ends lined up again to chop them off again. And there's a little short guy there. I'm just going to leave him out. All these guys here. Get this out of the way. And then be careful not to cut yourself. And then do the little, actually I guess that's more like half-inch pieces of the beans. Like that there. Get them all nice and even. There we go. So while you're letting those carry on high, and I actually have one that jumped underneath onto the burner, put those guys in. Oh, there's a couple little stragglers here. Get rid of that end. There. Those guys are loving jumping underneath onto the burner. Not sure why they want to do that. There's a little string. Okay, so I'm going to take my onion too, and just going to cut it like this to peel the skin off. And I'm going to kind of score it, not all the way down, so that that onion will saute too. Okay. Just kind of, I find it really helps if you do that, kind of get it going. Okay, so the onion can go in there while I cut up the mushrooms. And I have here some lovely shiitake mushrooms, and I did kind of put them in a cloth and dust them around, and I don't know, some people say you're so not supposed to wash mushrooms, and I just like to dust off the little bits. You know, of course I do try and pick out the very best ones. And there's some creminis too, just for added mushrooms. Okay, so just chopping these guys up. They do shrink up pretty good, but you can just kind of chop away. Make sure my heat's on high here so that those beans start cooking. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add, just get this all like a stir fry of the beans and the onions until they're soft and the onions are translucent, and throw these mushrooms in with some coconut milk, and then that'll be the green bean mushroom soup. Okay, so that's probably got them all pretty much, so I'm just going to leave that for a minute while these boil down a bit. grab a little spoon here and give this a little stir. And see, that's on high heat. While that's happening, I'm going to add my Himalayan sea salt. Probably a pretty good teaspoon, because with the soup and the coconut milk, the Himalayan sea salt, it's not a very strong salt, and you want to add the flavor because it has such mineral content. That's why it's not too salty. See how that's breaking down already. And I am going to add a little bit of cayenne. I love cayenne. Just a sprinkle of that. And you can kind of see that's cooking down. So again, the high heat. So in order to not bore you, I'm just going to add everything together. And then what my plan is to leave it on high. And then add, as soon as it breaks down a bit, add the coconut milk, and that's it. Let it simmer for, you know, maybe, I don't know, 10 minutes or something. Or you could leave it on low, you know, if you make a big enough batch, and come back to it later. Of course, the longer that you let it simmer, the more intense the flavors tend to get, more flavorful. Okay, so I have my coconut milk here ready to go. As soon as this cooks down and becomes all nice and soft, I'm just going to add my coconut milk and then leave it on for a few more minutes, probably 10 minutes, until everything is absorbed, and then make whatever you want to go with your soup. Okay, so you can kind of see that here, and that's going to turn into a lovely soup. Actually, I'll add the coconut milk just so you can see. Here's my coconut milk. I'm going to pour that on. If you wanted to make it a little bit more Thai, you could add some lemongrass or some other seasonings. But mostly I'm just looking for a lovely mushroom coconut. You can see that green bean soup. Okay, so I'll take a picture of that when it's finished, and see if I can show it to you. There you go, just like that. Alrighty. Okay, that's it. GeorginaSear.com.